Kyle Ferroli here. A lot of people ask me, what do I bring to the table? What am I going to talk about? How can I help a group learn something? Well, there are a lot of people out there that are focusing on the mind, how to think better, how to problem solve, how to use your mind. And I love that. But in my last 2 decades of training, experience, and education, I found that's only a third of the puzzle. Yes, there are two other pieces. The brain is a very important part. It gives rise to your mind. And what the brain sends to your body during times of problems or stress, called the fight or flight response. So the mind, brain, and body work together. And you can't just kind of, cut the weeds, so to speak. They're going to grow back. You have to get to the root of it, which is brain health, and which is physiological health, which is tied to your nervous system. So what I tell people is that I can come into a group of 2 or 2,000 and I can present the same material to them. In my book, Check Your Blind Spot, the 7 ways we unintentionally destroy our health, happiness, and productivity. I can share those 7 things to a group of 1 or 2 or thousands because the message is still clear. We're not aware of the blind spots that we have. We could look over our shoulder right now if we're driving and see if somebody's there. But in 2 seconds, somebody may or may not be there. We have to continually look. And the problem is most people aren't looking at their brain health because very few doctors do it. There are very few centers across the U.S., like mine, where we actually look at brainwave activity and correlate it to how it matters with your emotions, your thoughts, and your beliefs, and your behavior. And we also look at your nervous system to see if your oxygen and CO2 levels, and your muscle tension, and your respiration rate, and your heart rate, and how warm your hands are or how sweaty your hands are. It's all signs of your nervous system not being regulated at certain levels. So it's a totally different approach. And my goal is not to have everybody flood the Midwest and eat cheese and ice cream with me and stop by the center. Instead, what I want people to do is understand that the field of psychophysiology is a solution to help you get a starting point, dig in at an objective level, and know where to go from there. So it may not be something that you take away and you're fixed when I'm there that day speaking to your group. It might be something more that you learn how to find those answers. And when somebody comes in for an hour keynote or a day-long workshop, chances are things don't all get fixed that day. Problems take a lot longer than a day usually to become a problem. And they're going to take a little bit longer than that to resolve themselves. But what I can tell you is we are going to leave your company, your meeting room, your boardroom, your workshop, your retreat a better place because everyone is going to have more knowledge and understanding of what their mind, brain, and body are doing and how important all 3 of them are. I've seen so many people that can't think their way out of it. Some have been high-level executives or athletes or coaches. Some of them have been little troopers with ADD. Some have been older seniors struggling with other issues. But not everyone can think their way out of it. So stop putting all that pressure on yourself or your group or your team members and look to understand that we need to have that starting point. Let me show you the blind spots that we all have. Let me explain to you the solution of psychophysiology, and let me help everyone in that group, whether it's 2 or 2,000, have a happier, healthier, more productive life. I'm Kyle Ferroli, and I look forward to sharing all this with you. Thanks.